The Newcastle Jets, the club from the Hunter region of New South Wales, they're currently going through a pretty weird period in their history. Currently in the middle of an ownership changeover, the Jets are in a weird period, having just lost head coach Carl Robinson to Western Sydney. There is a lot of uncertainty around the future of the founding member of the A-League. And personally, I'm a Western Sydney fan, but I've always had a little soft spot for the Jets. If you watched the A-League a few years ago, you would have seen their incredible run where they made the grand final and unfortunately lost to the Melbourne Victory. So it kind of sucks to see them in this position. Today, we're going to take over the Jets and make them continental champions. We're switching things up today. No longer are we fighting for the UEFA Champions League, we are fighting for the Asian Champions League. As today, we look to make the Newcastle Jets the second side in Australian football history to become Asian Champions League winners. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day number 5 of Rebuildmas 2020. Wanted to keep things fresh, switch things up a little bit, but lads, if you do go on to enjoy today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, we are on the grind towards 400,000 subscribers, so make sure if you're new around here, you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. The objective of the rebuilds are to win the UEFA Champions League final. All games in the rebuild are simulated. We cannot use the new jump in feature in rebuilds. The Champions League final, however, must be played. And of course, do not get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules and objectives. Now it's time to jump into the rebuild. So this is what our starting 11 looks like here for season number 1 with the Jets. It's an interesting proposition. A few young quality players in the side there, but a lot of aging players and a lot of players we need to get out of the squad and upgrade on. For this first transfer window, I think my goals are going to be for a new goalkeeper, try upgrading from Italiano, and then go for a new striker. Try going for someone who's an out-and-out striker to partner up top with Roy O'Donovan for at least this first season. Also, lads, I am going to recall Matthew Miller from loan here, on loan at Shrewsbury. He's too good of a prospect not to have in his starting 11. I'm also going to recall Joey Champness. Interesting story with Champness. If you guys follow the A-League, you might know this, but Champness stopped playing football last year to go to LA to pursue a rap career. He's back in the A-League now. He's on loan at the Brisbane Roar, but we're going to recall him and bring him back to the Jets. Our first signing in charge of the Jets is going to be for an upgrade in between the sticks. Michael Cooper, the Englishman, coming across from Plymouth Argyle for £730,000. And we're going to source some young Australian talent here. Nick D'Agostino coming across from Perth Glory here, coming from the west to the east for £800,000. Jason Hoffman departing the Jets as well. He's off to bloody Romania here for £370,000. And Nigel Bogard, an absolute legend of the Jets and the A-League, is headed to Sweden, headed to Elfsborg here for £170,000. Ben Kantarowski also going on a European adventure, headed to Poland here. £470,000 for him, so we're raking up the cashola pretty quick. A player that I have a lot of love for, Nikolai Topor-Stanley, the former Western Sydney Wanderers captain when we won that Asian Champions League, currently at the Newcastle Jets, but he is off to the Chinese Super League, headed to Dalian there for £155,000. And since we have Cooper in between the sticks, we no longer need Luis Italiano. He is headed to Colchester. Have decided to make a massive upgrade in the midfield here. It is Aidan O'Neill, formerly of Burnley. He is back in Australia. He was at Melbourne City in this save. We've decided to sign him permanently from Melbourne City for £1.75 million. And Jode Ledley, a name you guys might recognise if you follow the Premier League, the Welshman, the former Crystal Palace man, departing Newcastle, departing the Hunter, and headed up to Seattle. So an absolute clean out here to begin life at the McDonald Jones Stadium. We get 3 big name players into our starting 11 and clear out a whole host of sort of deadwood sort of players that we still could got value for. £3.2 million spent, £1.7 million into the club. Very happy with the start to life at the Jets. And this is what the starting 11 now looks like. Calling back Miller and Joey Champness as well has made the overall the squad go up quite nicely. I'm I don't know. I think the goal for this first season needs to be qualification into the finals. We need to get a top 6 spot. Whether we do that or not is a different question, but I'm hopeful. Also, we do have this guy here, Nathan Berglund. I'm going to promote him to the senior team, get him out of the youth academy and into the side. Okay, so not a great start to the season here. On the 1st of January, we find ourselves sitting in 11th position in the A-League. 12 points. No real surprise to see our rivals in the Central Coast Mariners, the F3 Derby, at the bottom of the table. No surprises there. But we're not too far out of the playoffs, to be honest. Melbourne City occupying that 6th position, only 5 points behind them, so it's not all doom and gloom. But Roy O'Donovan is on the slide here, so I thought let's get in early and get a replacement, someone that can grow as a striker in this side. So we have sourced Ayo Akinola from Toronto FC for £1.55 million. So there we go, lads. That is the January transfer window done and dusted. Ayo Akinola into the club. Fingers crossed he can be an absolute beast for us moving forward. But let's see if we have enough quality in the side to qualify for playoffs football. No, we do not. We've had a significantly better start, or second half of the season here. Ended up finishing in 8th position on 39 points. But end of the day, 9 points out of a playoff position. Not good enough. We're 8th, but at least we came up from 11th. At the end of the regular season, though, it was Western United getting minor premiers. And ultimately, they get their hands on the toilet seat. Their first toilet seat in the A-League. Western United taking down Sydney FC 4-2. And with the way the calendar is set out, we don't know who the Asian Champions League winner from this season was, but I'll keep you guys up to date with that next season. So there we go, lads. That is season number 1 done and dusted with the Newcastle Jets. We're on very rocky terms with the board, but we're going to keep our job. We're going to crack on into season number 2 and try qualifying for the playoffs. The ambition of the board heading into this bloody second season, they want us to win the A-League. Are you taking the piss? So our first player departure of season 2 is going to be Michael Neal, the Australian defender, headed to the Japanese league, headed to Urawa Reds for £500,000. And Bernie Abini, a man that has publicly said he wants out of the Jets in real life. He's actually been rumoured to sign with my team, Western Sydney, but we've sold Bernie Abini. He's headed to Turkey, signing with Göztepe for £830,000. And we have found his upgrade at the right mid spot. It is a Mexican midfielder here, Raimundo Fulgencio. That is one of the coolest names I think I've ever said in my life. But Raimundo Fulgencio is signing here for £3.1 million from Tigres. And we have decided to sign an Australian left back here, a guy with a lot of hype around him, I guess, a real good prospect. It is Joel King from Sydney FC, signing for £990,000. We have also signed a free agent goalkeeper here. Found this guy, Jens Krenmer. He's a real player. He was on the free agents list. Why not? Decent backup. Also, I did promote this guy here, Luke Eaton, an Australian player that I had in the youth academy. We've promoted him to the first team, but let's see if we can get a loan move for him. And there it is. Luke Eaton is on a 2-year loan move to Al Hazem. So hopefully he gets some game time and can turn into a top Australian prospect. And we're going to sign a new starting 11 centre back here. It's a free agent. It's a regen. It is Alexei Bojicic, a Moldovan centre back. Could be the first player from Moldova to ever play in the A-League, but he's going to play with the Jets. We have also promoted another one of our youth academy talents. It is Haruki Shimizu, the Japanese midfielder, headed back to Japan on a 1-year loan move to Hiroshima. Jack Simmons also on a 1-year loan move, this time headed to southwestern Sydney, signing with MacArthur on a 2-year loan. So there we go, lads. A pretty all over the shop transfer window. A lot of players loaned out, a lot of players signed. I'm very happy with the business we have done. Hopefully Fulgencio and King can be immediate impacts, and Bojicic as well. But we're going to crack on here, take a look at what the side is like, and hopefully have a good run at making the finals this season. The growth of some of our players has been pretty impressive from the get-go. I mean, Cooper already up to a 65. D'Agostino and Chakanola growing quite nicely. Ugarkovic, the captain, he's holding his own. The starting 11 are getting the job done. Let's go, lads! Maybe the board's expectations weren't that unrealistic after all. On the 1st of January, we currently find ourselves 6 points clear at the top of the A-League table in a great spot. I would say it's almost guaranteed that we're going to be playing in the playoffs this year. But if we manage to finish first or second, that means we get an ACL spot for next season. Also, speaking of the ACL, we can now see that Jeonbuk Hyundai have taken down FC Tokyo to win the Asian Champions League here, 2-0 on aggregate. But after our pretty expensive start to Season 2, we've decided to do no business here in the January transfer window. Fingers bloody crossed, fingers and toes crossed that the Jets can finish top of the table. Get in there, lads, the Jets. We have finished 12 points clear at the top of the A-League table, meaning we're going to be playing Asian Champions League football in season number 3. 12 points clear of MacArthur, Sydney dropping off, Wanderers and Phoenix well behind the pack. But now the big question is, can we get our hands on the bloody toilet seat? Can we become playoff champions? We got eliminated by the Phoenix. The Phoenix in the semi-finals. We missed out on the elimination finals because us and Sydney automatically skipped it. Us and MacArthur, I should say, automatically skipped it. So it's going to be Wellington versus MacArthur in the A-League final. And it is the Wellington Phoenix getting their hands on their first ever A-League title as a club. Fair play to the Phoenix, really have a soft spot for them. Nixon, I say, but Wellington have taken down MacArthur 1-0 in the A-League final. I don't know how we have been eliminated in the semis. Taking a look at the stats for the season though, Joey Champness, 16 goals and 7 assists for the midfielder. D'Agostino with 14 and 3. Aiden O'Neill, 11 goals, 5 assists. Some pretty good performances around the shop here from our lads. But that is season number 2 with the Newcastle Jets done and dusted. Everything went well for this season except for the fact that we lost in the semi-finals to the Phoenix. But it is what it is. We crack on. We've got Asian Champions League football to look forward to. I'm interested to see what can happen in that regard. Kicking off season number 3 here, and I have decided to sell Steven Ugarkovic to Guangzhou Evergrande, the Chinese superpower, signing Ugarkovic for £2.55 million. Also decided to sell one of the Petrados brothers. It is Costa Petrados, headed to Al Reed for £410,000. And we have done that so we could make a massive marquee signing, bringing Riley McGree back to the A-League and back to the Jets. If you guys didn't know, Riley McGree used to be a Newcastle Jets player, and he was nominated for a Puskás Award for a scorpion kick goal that he scored in the playoffs, in the semi-finals against Melbourne City. You've probably seen the clip from 2-3 years ago, but it is an absolutely mental goal. Riley McGree, welcome back to the Newcastle Jets, signing from Birmingham City for £7 million. We have also signed a free agent striker here in Anthony Brown, the Irish youngster, joining us here on a free deal. So there we go, lads. Really wanted to make sure that we did get Riley McGree into the side, which obviously we have done. Stoked about that. That's going to go a long way for getting us a A-League title, but most importantly, getting us deep, hopefully, in the Asian Champions League. I mean, having Riley McGree into the side just takes it to another level. Already our star player. Hopefully some of the other lads can pick up the slack and we can get the majority of the side into the 70s of overall this season. Things not going incredibly, however, in the A-League this season. I mean, we still are in the playoffs, which is great, but I wanted to go back-to-back as minor premiers. 4 points behind Wellington Phoenix as we currently sit third. Also, the Asian Champions League winners from the past few seasons, Ulsan Hyundai, take down FC Tokyo. FC Tokyo losing the Asian Champions League final 2 years in a row, the poor bastards. But no business has been done here in the January transfer window. Interested to see what the second half of the season has in store for us. Also, we have been drawn into Group C of the Asian Champions League this season, taking on Shandong, Kashima Antlers, and Al Ahly. An interesting group. I mean, I don't know what these teams have done in terms of business in the Asian Champions League in FIFA, but I'm very interested to see. Let's get simulate. We have qualified for the knockout rounds, for the quarterfinals, ourselves and Al Ahly through. We end up getting 10 points in the group, which is great to see. I thought Kashima honestly would have been a little bit stronger. But let's go see who we're facing for the first time in the Asian Champions League knockout rounds. If I'm correct, I think this is the first time that the Jets have made it out of the group stages. Honestly, I could be wrong. They would have made the group stages when they made the final the other year, I believe. But I don't think they ever made it out of the group. But we have a bloody monster task here. We have been drawn up against Al Hilal. They are absolutely insane. Al Hilal are one of the richest clubs in Asian football. I mean, they're the side that Western Sydney Wanderers beat somehow. I mean, I'm a Wanderers fan and I can still agree that we got every piece of luck on our side for those 2 legs, but we've got to take down Al Hilal here if we want to get into the semi-finals of the Asian Champions League. But lads, we have had an absolutely mental second half of the season here, and we have once again ended up as minor premiers of the A-League. We were 4 points behind at the halfway point on the 1st of January, and now we're 15 points clear of Wellington. But again, like we saw last year, all of that means absolutely nothing if we get eliminated in the first week of the finals. Oh, come on! We've done it again! We choke in the semi-finals. I mean, a little bit of consolation is we lost to my team, Western Sydney. Fingers crossed Western Sydney went on and got themselves their first A-League title, taking on Melbourne City. But we lost in the semis again. But a little bit of me inside just got really, really happy because the Western Sydney Wanderers have won the A-League title. No doubt I would be in the crowd for that game. I've travelled all around Australia watching the Wanderers play in A-League Grand Finals and watching us lose too many times. 3 times to be exact. But Western Sydney A-League champions, that warms my heart a little bit. And low-key, what a bloody start to life at the Jets Riley McGree has had. Well, his second chapter at the Jets. 18 goals, 15 assists. That is absolutely ridiculous. But we're going to have to wait until season number 4 to suss out our Asian Champions League quarterfinals as we take on Al Hilal. Let's crack on. That's season 3 done and dusted. Let's go, lads. Alright, so season number 4 begins with a player departure. Lachlan Jackson headed to the south coast of England, signing with Bournemouth for 1.1 mil. And Harry Suter, coming back down under, the transplant Australian, is signing here for £5.1 million from Stoke City. Welcome back, mate. We're going to have virtually half the Australian national team in this side soon. All right, lads, it is time for us to pack our bags, grab our passports, and head to Saudi Arabia here. We are traveling to take on Al Hilal. Pretty sure it's like the King Fayed Stadium, like that really cool one on FIFA. But we're taking on Al Hilal. A massive, massive challenge here. If we can get an away goal on the board, we're going to be in great shape. We're going to simulate here against Al Hilal in 3, 2, 1. 2-1! 2-1! Aidan O'Neill with a brace. I don't know why it says 3-all, but 2-1. We have taken down Al Hilal in the first leg. 2 away goals to O'Neill. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Also, as we're doing this whilst we're in the middle of the transfer window, but we have ended the opening transfer window here for season number 4. Harry Suter in, Jackson out of the club. Now it's time to crack on. Have a look at the squad and then have a look at how we go in the second leg of these quarterfinals. All right, lads, we are at home here. The McDonald Jones Stadium once again, 2-1 up against Al Hilal. We just need to get a decent result here. A draw gets us through. Anything but a loss really gets us through. And even then, if we lose 1-0, we still go through. So let's get simulating. Are we through to the Asian Champions League semi-finals? Oh my god. We've lost on a penalty shootout. Al Hilal beat us 2-1 and then beat us 5-4 on a penalty shootout. And we are out of the Asian Champions. I thought for sure we'd be to the semis. Like, coming into it, I'm like, yeah, Al Hilal will probably beat us. But when we got that 2-1 win on the road, I was like, yeah, let's go. We're going to be going through the semis. We've lost on a penalty shootout. That one hurts. At least we know we're already in next season's Champions League because we finished first in the A-League last year. And halfway through the A-League season, we are on bloody fire here, lads. We find ourselves in first position, but we are 15 points clear of Melbourne City. That is absolutely mental. What a start to the season. Brilliant stuff. Only one loss as well. Trying to make some big changes here. We have decided to depart company with Joey Champness. The rapper is headed to Club America in Mexico for £3 million. And we have decided to sign a new player here in Sam Greenwood. The English striker is signing from Leeds United for £4 million. What a pickup for the squad. Hopefully he can get some good development into his game over the rest of the season and next season and turn into a little bit of a weapon for us. But there we go, lads. Greenwood into the club. Joey Champness out of the club. Let's see if we can hold on to the end of the season and get ourselves, bloody hell, get ourselves a first Champions title for the bloody A-League. I don't know how. We've finished top of the table 2 years in a row and haven't won it yet. Let's see if we can do it this year. But before that happens, we have another Asian Champions League campaign to begin. This time, our group, we've got Al Ahly and Kashima Antlers once again, but this time, Beijing are in our group, Group C. Can we get out of this group once again? I certainly hope so. Yes, we can. This season, we bloody well top our ACL group. Not a single loss, only 5 goals conceded, and we are through to the quarterfinals alongside the Kashima Antlers. But bloody hell, we have another big challenge ahead of us here in the quarterfinals. This year/last year, we had a Saudi Arabian superpower. This year, a Chinese super team in Shanghai. The team that has Hulk, the team that has Oscar, the team that has bloody Aaron Moy. Fingers crossed all those guys have left. But let's go see how we go against them moving forward. It is a third successive minor premiership, however, in the A-League this season. 80 points. We are dominating. We finished 29 points clear of Melbourne City. That might be the most dominant A-League regular season in history. The curse is broken. Let's go. We take down Wellington and are going to be taking on Melbourne City in the A-League Grand Final. Can we get our hands on a bloody toilet seat? Let's go find out. Come on, Newcastle. We have done it. The Newcastle Jets, finally, we have been crowned as A-League champions, taking down Melbourne City 3-0. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Our midfielders are absolutely going off here. Riley McGree and Aiden O'Neill. Holy crap. Riley McGree got himself 26 goals and 14 assists. That is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff. But that is season 4 done and dusted. We're going to crack on in season 5. We've got some Asian Champions League quarterfinals to deal with. Hopefully we don't bottle it again. And we're going to kick off season number 5 here, selling Ayo Akinola, the American striker. Had a good spell at the Jets here, but just wasn't getting it done. We've sent him to Sturm Graz in the Austrian League, I believe, for £6.2 million. And in response, we have upgraded once again at the striker role, signing Roberto Piccoli. £8.4 million to bring him across from Pachuca, bring him down under. Absolutely brilliant stuff. I love this guy as a wonder kid. Haven't used him in quite some time, but we've brought him to the Jets. But lads, it is now time for the first leg here against Shanghai in the Asian Champions League. They've got a bloody good side. We're at home here in the Hunter in Newcastle. Come on, lads. Clean sheet would be absolutely brilliant as we simulate the first leg here in the scoreline. Is a 1-1 draw. Riley McGree missing a penalty just before halftime. They get themselves an away goal as well. I don't know what to make of that, lads. We're going to have to score goals. That is without a doubt in the away leg in Shanghai. But before we have the away leg, we can see the transfer window is coming to a conclusion here. Piccoli in, Akinola out of the club. Let's go the Jets. Let's crack on and take on Shanghai. But here is a little glimpse of what the side is looking like. There's a lot of competition in the striker role now between Greenwood and D'Agostino, but Shimizu, our Japanese kid, he's absolutely killing it. Riley McGree up to an 80. I mean, this team is just coming along absolutely brilliantly. No wonder we're winning the A-League so comfortably. But here we go, fellas. The second leg, away. In the Chinese, I was going to say Chinese capital, but Beijing is definitely the Chinese capital. Anyways, we're heading to Shanghai here, taking on Shanghai SIPG. It's a 1-1 scoreline. The scoreline after the second leg, however, is going to be a 2-0 win. Piccoli, 2 away goals. We go through 3-1 on aggregate. We're through to the Champions League semi-finals. And in the semi-finals, we are going to be taking on former champions Ulsan Hyundai. Not an easy opponent at all. Trying to make it into the final to take on either Yokohama Mariners, who are Ange Postecoglou's side, the former Australian national team and Melbourne Victory coach and Brisbane Roar coach, and they're versing Al Nassr. But here we go, lads. The first leg is away as we travel to Korea, taking on Ulsan Hyundai, a very, very tough side. We are going to simulate the first leg here. The scoreline is going to end up as a 1-0 win. Raimundo Furguncio in the 82nd minute, getting us an away goal on the board. Things you love to see. Come on, lads. We've got the second leg here. We're at home. We have the away lead. I mean, simply enough, if we keep a clean sheet, we go through. Obviously, easier said than done. But let's just not lose this game, and let's book ourselves a spot in the Asian Champions League final. As we simulate, the scoreline is a 3-1 win. The Newcastle Jets are headed to the Asian Champions League final. D'Agostino, Fulgencio, and O'Neill getting on the scorer sheet. Camavinga scoring. Is that... Please don't tell me that's Camavinga, the French wonder-kid midfielder from Stade Rennais. My bloody word. But in the Asian Champions League final, we are taking on Ange Postecoglou's Yokohama Marinos, the Japanese side, taking on the Jets here. It's a 2-legged affair. Let's see what we can do. Come on, the Jets. Fingers bloody crossed. We can win the Asian Champions League and complete the Jets rebuild. Also, we're about to play the Champions League final, but I'll give you a table update anyways. We're only 5 games into the A-League season, but currently we are top of the table. Going to give you guys a little look at the squad report here ahead of the Champions League final. I normally show the stats when I do this, but we're so early in the season that the stats really mean nothing. It's like fucking 8 games played or something, but I'm very happy with the side we're built here. A good mix of Australian players and then foreign marquee players. Very excited to see how we step up though against the Mariners. We're going to have to get a strong first leg result here as we are at home. Very happy with this team so far. Very nice to change up the rebuilds as well. Keep things fresh. Not just doing the Champions League in Europe every time. But we're going to look to become the second Australian side to become Asian Champions League winners. Alright, so the first leg is up here. We are going to sim it, but we're going to watch the game as Yokohama travel to Newcastle to take us on. Come on, lads. We're on the attack early here. An early goal would be. That's exactly what we get. Piccoli, 5th bloody minute. We've got the lead in the Asian Champions League final. We're all over them, lads. Come on, a second goal would be bloody brilliant. Holding it up there, going through. Piccoli, it's saved. Come on. Would love a second goal before half-time. It's in. Piccoli again. You got to finish your chances. Come on. Down the right-hand side here. Little injury to O'Neill. Hopefully he's okay, but we save follow-up. Oh, out for a goal kick. Bloody hell. Yokohama with their first real attack of the game. Coming through here. Drawing. And Yokohama have an away goal. That is not ideal. Kawabe. Come on, lads. We have absolutely dominated this game. We need to get ourselves in the lead once again here. Ball being played around. It's going to go through. And it's going to be D'Agostino getting us back in front. Just hold on, lads. We're nearing stoppage time. Hold on. Only 1 minute. Get it away. Get it away. No! What is that defending? Michel makes it 2-2. They've got another away goal. Bloody hell. So, lads, it is all left to fight for here. Yokohama have the advantage headed into the second leg. We're going to have to score some goals here and get a strong result if we want to win the Asian Champions League final. But here we go, lads. The second leg of the Asian Champions League. We travel away to Japan as we look to be the second side in Australian history to win an Asian Champions League title. Come on, the Jets. Let's step up. Postecoglou versus Mr. Rebuild. Who is the greatest manager in Australia? It is time to find out. Come on, early goal would be nice. Get that away goal sorted nice and quickly. Go on, Nicholas, looking for some space. I see that run there from Riley McGree, the Scorpion King himself. Shoots it! Oh, he's hit the bloody post! That would have been a belter. Come on, corner here. O'Neal swinging that one in. Boychich, header off the line! We need a goal. We're bloody forcing it. Oh, it's a splitting through ball from them there. Splitting. McGree dropping back. Just trying to defend here. If they get a go-ahead goal, we're going to be in huge, huge strife. If they score, we're going to have to score 2. Defend. Defend. Where's my bloody midfielder? To be fair, I brought bloody Riley McGree back. Defend. Shoots. Straight at Cooper. Thank the bloody Lord for that. Yes, good tackle, McGree. Get it through early. Going through D'Agostino. Over the top. Piccoli, I see that run being made. Going through. Shimizu. Shimizu. That's good space. Through. There it is. We get ourselves the go-ahead goal. We get ourselves an away goal. It is Roberto Piccoli getting us half a pinky on the Asian Champions League title. Come on, lads. Going through here. Shimizu. Looking to score here. I see that run being made. Great run from King and an even better ball from Shimizu. Joel King, the Australian left back. Ball. Piccoli. Oh my god, the bicycle would have been insane. Good run. Again, we're giving so much space down the left-hand side here. Joel King. Ball. Shimizu. Shimizu. Oh, save. That's actually a ripper save from the bloody goalkeeper there. Corner though. O'Neal put it on a bloody silver platter for McGree. Oh my god. Second time. Make it the charm. Ball in. Piccoli. That's great positioning. There it is. Roberto Piccoli has the brace. And we are going to become Asian Champions League winners with the Newcastle Jets. There it is, lads. That is job complete. We are going to win the Asian Champions League here with the Newcastle Jets. Only the second side in Australian footballing history to win the ACL. Let's bloody go, lads. I've had so much fun switching things up a little bit today, playing in Asian football rather than European football. Really refreshing. Fingers bloody crossed you guys did as well. If you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. But I'll let you guys enjoy the title celebrations. It has been Jared HD here. I'm out. Peace.